Lots more clouds today, but the temperature feels the same anyways from the past couple of days. And what did I read today? It was kind of interesting reading this one actually. It dealt with the Santa Monica Police Department of them showing how they use drones, I guess, to catch criminals, especially in crowded places, I guess you could say. This one here says, on May 18th, the SMPD celebrated our 128th anniversary as the primary law enforcement organization in this city. And so with that, and since they had the July the 4th celebrations in the US, they mentioned how they're expecting a larger crowd. So what do they do, for example, to prepare for the influx of people? And at the same time, that means potentially more criminals, right? So with all that, apparently they bring in, I guess, extra help, as they say, in terms of extra officers. And there's this one clip they show, it looked like there was somebody going to the parking lots, I guess breaking into cars, potentially trying to, I guess, steal any valuables inside if there is anything. And you can see they show a footage, I guess, of them using a drone to be able to scout this out. And without the drone, I suppose they kind of expressed it would be so difficult to kind of track people like this. And afterwards, I guess they have the ground support with the air support and they bust the person. Kind of makes me think too, because many times when it comes to people seeing drones in the air, they automatically assume they're being spied upon per se, but it does make me wonder, are those people doing something wrong like this, for example, to be that paranoid? But either way, I guess this is an example of more police officials, for example, using drones in these ways. And in terms of drone usage, actually, this was actually an interesting read. Here, when it comes to regulations, they're extremely over the top. They don't make sense in many ways. And at the same time, with the way it's written, a lot of people are probably, quote, breaking the law when they fly this stuff. But how about in this case, when people are using it, I guess, for professional reasons, knowing it's, quote, illegal, but they do it anyways. This one says, expect a year of drone drama. Spray regulations haven't kept up with drone advancements. The latest drone technology in agriculture was on full display at AG in Motion 2024 in Lancome, Saskatchewan, drawing a crowd to a demonstration of the latest models. Smaller drones designed for surveying and crop livestock monitoring are already a tool in many farmers' toolboxes, but the larger spray drones are also becoming more practical in prairie contexts. Saying, quote, with the spraying we're doing on canola and other crops, we're losing too much money on tracks and it's getting costly for airplanes and helicopters, said Dwayne Bacon, a farmer from Kinistino, Saskatchewan, attending the event. The spray drones on display had the capacity to cover 40 to 50 acres per hour. However, while the technology is there, regulatory approval for the applications of most interest to farmers is lacking. Under the current Canadian regulations, spray drones are legally allowed to do such things as applying fertilizer and spreading seed, but no pesticides have regulatory approval from Health Canada's Pest Management Regulatory Agency. It's not allowed, but is it being done? Absolutely. And is it the primary interest? Absolutely, said Marcus Weber, president of Landview Drones. He expected the vast majority of spraying drones were being used for applying pest control products, desinfectants, and herbicides. I realize that's not currently considered legal by PMRA, but that is what most of the people buying spraying drones are doing. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting to think about, huh? Like these guys are just using their drones knowing, yeah, it's illegal, I know, but who cares? I'm not hurting anyone. They're just trying to use it as a tool to be more productive and save money. So what would you think here? Would you be in support of people just using it, like in this case, when there's nothing wrong because the laws, they just make no sense in many ways? Or would you be one of those people, for example, you say, nope, that's against the law, quickly phone 911 and all that? Some of you may think I'm exaggerating, but look at what happened in the past here. People flying, quote, toys, and the government encouraging people to phone 911 over, so it makes me wonder how would people react in this case. Although without that, apparently there are companies actually misleading people because they're so eager to sell their products. It says there are definitely people being told that it is legal to apply on their own farm by vendors that are eager to sell these drones. That is not the case. The PMRA considers it equally illegal if you're spraying on your own farm or spraying on someone else's farm, said Weber. I remember another funny example of something like this anyways, in terms of drone regulations. People were saying what they wanted to do, for example, were to use drones to spread, for example, things like, I guess, pesticides, or they wanted to drop things like bugs, I guess, in a field. But because the way the law is, where you can't, for example, transfer a living creature, even like a little bug, like a tiny one, like the size of an ant or something, is illegal to drop out of the drone, I guess, like in a farm field and all that. So again, what would you think of this? Would you agree with people just doing it because the laws haven't, quote, caught up? And in regards to the weather, I was wondering what the heck is going on here with this news. Apparently in Ontario, there was various cities that were flooding, for example. Like here it says, crews work to restore power, transit, service, open roads after record-setting rain floods in Toronto. As it goes on to say, city crews, power workers, and residents in Toronto and surrounding communities are cleaning up after a record-setting downpour turned major highways into rivers, caused widespread power outages, disrupted public transit service, and flooded basements. The Toronto region was hit with about 100 millimeters of rain in just a few hours on Tuesday, which was the 5th rainiest day in the city's recorded history. The flooding brought back memories of the city's wettest day in 2013 when an intense thunderstorm caused one of Canada's most expensive natural disasters. So you can see all the pictures and the videos and so forth that were being posted online. Some of them, like this one here where it shows, it looked like at first I thought it was an intentional indoor waterfall sort, but no, that's basically flooding there. But either way, hopefully they recover fast, huh? That's crazy. All right, see you guys later.